I've been pretty vocal about my feelings regarding Pokémon Legends Z-A, how I feel like I will really enjoy it, but I'm not particularly hyped for it. The main reason for this was, of course, it is a city setting. From all that we've seen up until recently, I felt like exploring the city would end up being miles behind exploring an actual region, even if that region is a bit underdeveloped. The different biomes and different locations of a full region make for a change of scenery, and that's honestly very welcomed in a game. But a city, well, not so much. But it all changed, like I said, due to a very recent and short scene that we got on the latest trailer. So hey, I'm notsoAceTrainer, and we might end up with the best modern Pokemon game. Kinda. Let's get into it. The scene I was talking about came during the Nintendo Direct from a while ago, more specifically during the Japanese trailer that Pokémon Legends Z-A got. I had just made a video about how I felt like the game really needed the underground and if we should still have hope for it, and well, the little hope I had was well placed as we really got that exact thing, the underground. Since I had made that video very recently, I decided not to make another one and just, well, go with the flow. But I've had a couple people mentioning it in my comments, so I should make a video about it. And while I'm not gonna just talk about the underground, I will use it as a trampoline to make my point, which is this game might end up being the one. The modern Pokemon game that changes modern Pokemon games. Before I continue though, like and hype this video, subscribe to the channel and consider becoming a channel member to help out with the content I make. And now, let's carry on. The Underground, my trampoline, shows me that the city of Lumiose isn't just going to be the city of Lumiose. It will hold secrets that will be more than just buildings and wild zones. It will have hidden areas, places to explore that offer a different experience than just shop during the day, battle during the night. It will be a good setting for a Pokemon adventure, which are usually marked by interesting locations, even if, like I said, underdeveloped ones. It will still feel like Pokemon, which honestly, it was my biggest fear that it wouldn't feel like Pokemon, that they would focus on battles and leave behind the things that made Pokemon feel like Pokemon. But the presence of the underground, it gives me hope, or in fact it actually almost confirms to me that they didn't do that. But of course, the underground was just a trampoline, like I said, there's more. One of the biggest gripes with Pokemon, especially with Legends Arceus and Scarlet and Violet, is the performance. This was more apparent in the Gen 9 games, of course, but the first Legends game really wasn't free from it. Legends Z-A, on the other hand, on the Switch 2, and that is very important to highlight, will run at 60 frames per second. There will likely be one drop here and there, but judging by the demos, the game is smooth as Pokemon rarely, very rarely has been. The textures aren't super detailed, but honestly, if you're playing Pokemon for the graphics, I don't know what to tell you. You're probably never getting exactly what you want, and maybe you should check out other monster taming franchises. There are a lot of them, and a lot of them are pretty awesome with different focuses. A lot of them have very cool graphics. But performance-wise, this game will, again on the Switch 2, run pretty much perfectly. Another thing that people have complained through the years was Game Freak's inability to take a gamble and shake up the Pokemon formula, which they did in Pokémon Legends Arceus, and that risk is reaching its final form in Legends Z-A. This game will be a full-on new take on Pokemon. While Pokémon Legends Arceus kept the turn-based battles and simply shook the off-battle gameplay with more movement options and the out-of-battle catching and use of items to lure Pokémon or hide yourself, this game will possibly keep all of that while adopting a new action-based battle style that is a completely new and unexplored world for the franchise. Sure, it might not end up hitting the spot, but the reports so far tell us that, well, it certainly does. It offers a nice learning curve to a franchise that honestly lacked it, a new gameplay style for people that wanted something new or simply a palate cleanser in between turn-based Pokemon games. And then there's also the narrative. Pokémon Scarlet and Pokémon Violet showed us a focus on the narrative, with it being praised as one of the best and most intriguing stories up to this day, and Legends Z-A, at least judging by the cast of characters and also the overall plot we can expect from Kalos, seems like it will follow the same trend as the Paldean adventure, one that focuses on characters with actual stories, likes and dislikes, which was something that was definitely missing from basically every collision rival back in the day. We've got risks taken, we've got good performance, we've got hidden places for us to explore, and an apparently multi-section plot with characters with enough juice, or apparently enough juice for a pretty nice smoothie. But that's not all, we also have an announced DLC. I'm a bit torn on this one, simply because it feels weird that it was announced before the game is out, but hey, we're consumers and they're a business, so I can look past that. Also, I've already accepted that Pokemon will always have DLC now, and that it will, most likely, always be paid. It wasn't paid for Pokémon Legends Arceus, sure, but it was a Nothing Burger DLC. Here, it will be focusing on one of the best parts of Pokemon in my opinion, at least modern Pokemon. There's still bare bones multiverse. We've explored it a little in Gen 7, and I'm very happy that it is once again being explored in Gen 9. If we're gonna pay for the DLC, well, I wanna feel like I'm getting something interesting out of it, and having new megas introduced, which might end up being up to 13 if we take into account the mega stones we see in the hyperspace trailer, and also visiting an alternate reality of Lumios that might be completely different from anything we've ever seen, while exploring one of the best mythical Pokemon, Hoopa, well, that's very much fine to me. Sure, it's kind of annoying that they're locking stuff behind DLC, but honestly, that's kind of what a DLC is. It always locks stuff behind itself. The forms will 100% be available in Pokemon Champions for future use, and the DLC will definitely be for sale for a long time. But yeah, this game isn't my perfect game by any means. That would still be a full-on region with actual Pokemon rides and not Rotom phone parkour, but it is shaping up to be a very cool experience, maybe the best one in modern Pokemon games. And it has the underground. I asked for it, I wanted it, it is here, I'm very happy about that. A new place for me to explore, just that alone makes up for all the lackluster trailers that we had before. But anyway, what's your opinion? How do you feel about what we've seen so far? Let me know down below. But now, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one. But before I go, I want to thank my Twitch subscribers Kiara677, Anubis here, the Dr. Joe, Lazarix and Zanes222 for going the extra mile. Thank you so much for all of your support.